I feel very out of place here, I'm going to be honest, because I'm not really a socialist. I'm a very aggressive capitalist. I'm a businessman. I'm a marketing guy. So anybody here a marketing person by any chance? All right, that's not too bad. You got like 10 people or so, 12 people. Good, good. Just make sure you tell your friends that I'm really a nice guy, okay, after the speech, all right? So what is marketing? Marketing is to sell more stuff to more people for more money, more often, more efficiently. Once more, marketing is to sell more stuff to more people for more money, more often, more efficiently. That's it. It's about money. So are you a good marketer? Am I a good marketer? Is she a good marketer? The only way to objectively measure if somebody's a good marketer is money, basically. Do you make enough money? So marketing is a mix of knowledge and vision. It's not really pure database and data and AI only, but there's an element of vision in it. Now, which one's more important, knowledge or vision? Well, different marketing people are in a different way. Like, for example, so Steve Jobs was a gunslinger, like a true gunslinger. He was almost 100% vision and zero knowledge. He did not care about the data. He did not care about what you think as a consumer. He did not care if you want this feature or that feature. He just didn't care. He knew better than we did. He knew better than you did. So he was much more vision than knowledge. And he was able to create Apple, and when he died, Apple's market cap, so worth, was about $350 billion. So Apple was a $350 billion company when Steve Jobs passed away. He handed it over to Tim Cook. Now, Tim Cook took that $350 billion company and made it into a $3.3 trillion company. This slide is only a month old. So it says 2.6. I checked it today. It's already at 3.3. So he took a $350 billion company and basically 10x'd it, made it 10 times bigger. He is an engineer though, like at heart. In terms of marketing, he's an engineer. He looks at the data, he makes decisions based on databases. But then which one is right? Should you be more like Steve Jobs or should you be more like Tim Cook? Well, it really matters. Back in the day, when Steve Jobs was alive, we didn't have data. We didn't have big data sets. We didn't have AI at the level we do today. So he had to, fire from the hip, and it worked. But when Tim Cook took over, a lot changed. So much more data, so much more information, and so much more AI. So what do we do with all this data? So I'm a marketing guy, and by the way, I'm assuming everybody here has some sort of social media. So from every marketer on the world, thank you very much for using social media and giving me all of that free information voluntarily. I'm very, very happy about that because we use all of that information. So how is that done? What changed? What really, really changed? So the marketing people can attest to this. They'll kind of vouch for this. So about 10 years ago, even until today in Armenia or in countries or in businesses that don't use a lot of data or AI, marketing people were seen much less important than they actually are, and most importantly today. Really good example, a plumber. When you call a plumber to your house, your faucet is leaking, there's water everywhere. The plumber comes, he takes out his toolbox, and he starts, fixing the pipes, right? None of us stand right next to him and just constantly nobody stands on top of the plumber and tells the plumber what to do. But if the marketing guy wants to make an Instagram reel, everybody has an opinion. Everybody in the company has an opinion. The CEO, the finance guy, the HR guy, the janitor, your mom, everybody has an opinion about what that reel should look like. Why is he wearing blue? He should be wearing white. That girl isn't cute enough. We need a cuter girl. Why are you giving opinions to a marketing person and you're not giving your opinions to a plumber? Well, the reason is very simple, because ultimately, when the plumber leaves, you turn on your faucet. If the water comes, they did their job. There's a measurable end result to what the plumber would do. Marketing was not as measurable. It was much less measurable. That's why everybody had an opinion. Not anymore. We are now the plumbers of the business world. We can actually deliver results, and it's 100% measurable. There's a lot of information and a lot of data and a lot of analysis that goes throughout every step of the customer journey, including our return on investment, customer acquisition costs, lifetime value, and so on and so forth. So we are now measurable. We're all of a sudden important. So all of this data is flowing in. We have a ton of data, and the ambassador to the Czech Republic actually mentioned here that it's not the data, it's how you process that data that's going to be more important. So processing that data requires AI. A human being simply cannot process that amount of information. For example, this is just Armenia as an example, but I have the same data set and the same segmentation model for more than 50 countries across the globe. But for one moment, imagine 18 plus, there's 2.2 million people living in Armenia. 18 plus, 2.2 million people living in Armenia. So imagine an Excel sheet, just an Excel sheet, that has 2.2 million rows, okay? And each row is one of you, is a person that lives in this country. Now, how much data do I have about you? Probably about 100 to 150,000 data points, starting from age all the way until what kind of toilet paper do you use. All of that data exists, and we have it. So if it's a database of 2.2 million people, rows, and this is just Armenia, it's much bigger, obviously, and bigger population countries, and you have 150,000 columns, that's a giant, giant data set. How do you process all of that information? No human being can actually process that amount of data. It requires some sort of algorithmic thinking. You need algorithms, you need formulas, and ultimately, you need AI. The reason why you also need AI in that case is because that data set is ever-changing. Every time you buy toilet paper, your data point will change. And because that data point is constantly changing, I need to have a machine learning model that can adapt according to the changing data set. So what does that mean in terms of output? What does that look like? So, marketers, again, can tell me, the standard way is very demographic. If I want to segment Armenia, everybody, every single human being in Armenia, we used to do it demographically. 18 to 25-year-old females that live in Yerevan and have 300,000 plus income and higher education. This would be one of the segments that we used to have. The problem with that is it's not human-centric. It's not about the human being, it's just about a data set. It's just statistics. If I want it to be human-centric, and I want to segment you and who you are as a person, then I need to use that entire data set, the 150,000 data points, and so on. So how do we do that? How do we do that? So we take a model, a psychographic model, created by Alfred Adler. Alfred Adler was the student of Freud. So you've heard the classic Descartes philosophical saying, cogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am. That philosophical model actually has a psychological map. This exists. Alfred Adler created this psychographic map. If you are a human being, you are somewhere on this map. Now the map has enjoyment versus control, conviviality versus recognition, belonging versus power, and vitality versus security. Everybody in this room, everybody in Yerevan, everybody in Armenia, everybody in the world is somewhere on this map. Okay? So hypothetically, if I can take that giant data set of 2.2 million population of everybody in this country, with all of that data, and I can jam it through an algorithm, and I have an AI process all of that information, and then take you and me and you and you and you and Matthew and everyone, and we put you on this map, that would mean that I would end up with a psychographic map of 2.2 million dots. And each dot is one of you, and one of me, and everybody who lives in Armenia. Now, once I do that, understandably, the two dots that are closer to each other, they're more alike. The dots that are further away on the map, they're less alike. So what happens is, those little dots create little clusters of people. And those clusters then become my segments. This is the easiest way I could explain a very complex, big data-driven AI segmentation that's being used in marketing today. So what does the output look like? I wanted to show you so that you can just see how human-centric this actually is. And again, I'm bringing Armenia as an example because I thought it would be cool so you can find your friends on this map. You are one of these 17 segments. Everybody you know in Armenia is one of these 17 segments. Now, are you an Aspet, you're a Siamarg, you're a Garaparaki, you're a Cheshtov Taga, you're a Goyatevor, you're a Hokav Yertasart, you're a Apahovor, and so on. I know, it is funny sometimes. It is funny sometimes. But it's the reality. This is the reality we live in. Now, it's pretty cool to run this. It's pretty expensive, understandably. We're segmenting an entire population of people. But why? Why do we do this? Why is this necessary? I mean, it's cool that we can do it, but what's the point? Well, the point is to sell more stuff to more people for more money, more efficiently. It's about money. All I want to do is sell more stuff. And in order to do that, I need to understand who you are as a person, your fears, your dreams, and then I want to leverage that into my product, into my packaging, into my marketing campaign, and I want you to buy my products. Very straightforward. This is a very easy, quick marketing 101. Now, it's pretty cool that we have all of these. By the way, if you have friends on the map, I don't know who these people are, so don't take like that person as, like that's Valod. Valod is a Goyatevor. No, I don't know who they are. The photo is just a representative of the lifestyle that these two people have. Okay? Me personally, I'm a balancer, or I'm a balancer, for example. I know exactly which segment I am, and each segment has a different insight, and each insight, they have different fears. Aspetner, for example, Aspet boys, when they're in university, they hang out with Siamarg girls, but then they marry Partajanaj girls when they get older. They don't marry the peacocks, but they definitely have fun with the peacocks, and then they marry a Partajanaj when they want to settle down, right? Make sense? So it's these types of things, and these segments don't live in a vacuum. They have relationships, and they influence each other. So once we figure out that this is the population of Armenia, it becomes very easy for me to understand who do I sell a credit card to? Who do I sell Coca-Cola to? Who do I sell Wizz Air tickets to? Who do I sell FemInno tickets to? Any type of product that you have or service that you're trying to sell becomes easier when you know who you're selling it to. So a really cool example of this is why we do this is because human beings are emotional. We don't like to admit it. Nobody likes to admit, I'm a rational shopper. I only buy based on functions. Bullshit. We're all human. We all buy based on emotions. You can't take the emotion out of the equation. If you can convince your consumer, your target group, that your product has very good functionality and it's a quality product, you'll make money. If you can get your target group to be emotionally engaged with your brand, you will make a ton of money. That is the difference between human-centric segmentation and everything else. But again, this is only possible because we have big data sets and we have AI to process that data. So I'm going to give you a quick example. We took Partachanashner as a target group. The people who do not want to leave Armenia. They're very pro-Armenia. They want to stay. They really do want to stay. They're also the people that will tell their friends that if you leave, you're a traitor. If you go to the US and for a better life, you're a traitor to your country. You need to stay here. This is ours. We need to be here. The key with them is not the fact that they're patriotic. No. It's the fact that they feel guilty. They feel guilty if they leave. Okay? And we know that about these people, and we use that insight to leverage into a campaign. So I'm going to show a video, and thank you very much.
Նորակալություն։ Գնում ես։
Հա։
Ընդմիշ, չէ։
Հա։
Դե ճիշտ էլ անում ես, է։ Ահա, տես, տաքսի եմ քշում։ Երկուս գիտես ինչ բիզնես։
Դե, գնանք բարով, հուսով եմ մի օր անպայման կհանդիպենք։
Մարս ոչ են գնում, Ամերիկա է էլի։
Լավագույն տղերքը մնում են,
Մնում են։
Սկսեց։
օտարապերում բախ չեն փնտրում։
Չլսես նրան, նա քեզ հետ կհամոզի։
Սիրելի կանայք համը հանում են։ Գնացեք, վերջում ես եմ լույս անջատել։
Որորի վատանումը, սրա վերջը ինչ ալներ։ Տեսնում ես սահմաններում ինչ ակատար։ Որ չկա, որ չկրակ են, այ աղբեր։
Հա, ինչ ես գիծդ կախել։
Քերի ախր անիմաստ 2 տարի կորցնում։
Անիմաստ։ Գիտես քանի ազգություն կա աշխարհում։ 5000։ Իսկ գիտես քանիսը երկիր ունի։ 250-ը։ 5000-ից 250-ը երկիր ունի, որից մեկը մերն է։ Նույնիսկ երկուսը։ Իսկ դու ասում ես անիմաստ։ Գուցե սա քո կյանքի ամենաիմաստալից 2 տարիներն է։ Քիթդ բարձր։
Ախր հույս էլ չկա, որ լավ կլինի։ Գույնա մի քիչ հույս ելներ, հա։
Հիվանդը հազիվ հաշտվել է իր վիճակի հետ։ Իզուր հույս մի արթնացրեք։
Բժիշկների ասածը մոռացիր։ Դու քայլելու ես, դու վազելու ես։ Տեսիր, կոտրվածքներ, էպիկրիզ, այդ ամենաեական չէ։ Բոլոր խնդիրների լուծումը քո մեջ է։ Եթե այստեղ քայլեցիր, ոտքերդ ուզեն չուզեն կքայլեն։ Եթե այստեղ քայլեցիր, ոտքերդ ուզեն չուզեն կքայլեն։ Տեսակ։ Ամեն ինչ մեզանից է կախված։ Ամեն ինչ։ Վարպետ։ Հետ ենք գնում։
Լուրջ։ Այդ ինչի։
Որովհետև ամեն բան լավ է լինելու։
Մենք նույնպես հավատում ենք։ Ամեն բան լավ է լինելու։
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.